Hi, this is Chef Mike, and this week we're going to make a beautiful Spanish dish, a classic Pulpo de Galicia, otherwise known as Galician style octopus, which is going to be perfect for your table. So welcome back to the galley. Today we are going to prepare a dish that happens to be Captain Dan and my absolute favorite thing to eat together, and that is octopus. We're going to do it in the style of the town from Spain from which his family comes, Galicia, and it is going to be a perfect dish for your table. Now the first thing I want to talk about is octopus. We cook it all the time. And there's a lot of mumbo jumbo and tricks and mysterious things about how to cook octopus to get it tender. I'm going to break it down for you. First of all, octopus from the Mediterranean Sea is the only way to go. It comes from other oceans, other parts of the sea, but other parts of the globe, but it's just not as tender as you can get from the Mediterranean Sea. Absolutely delicious. But again, there's all kinds of tricks and putting wine corks and putting whole onions in it, and it just, you know what? It comes down to cooking it properly. But we've discovered a trick recently, and that's Captain Dan gets this from a website in New York. He'll post it above for you so that you have it. I've even seen pre-cooked octopus and had it from Costco to put it at the proper level, and it is absolutely delicious. It's perfectly cooked and just ready to heat and serve. So let's get started with our Pulpo de Galicia. So the first thing we want to do is take it out of the package and pat dry it on a couple of paper towels so that it's dry. All that liquid from the packaging, and just kind of discard that till it's nice and dry. Then what we're going to do is take each piece and we're going to slice it pretty thin. I'm going to tell you, delicious right out of the pack. We're going to slice it pretty thin. Now, I got to tell you, folks, this is that good right out of the package. I mean, you can eat it, and it's perfect. But this dish is a classic. So now you see, I sliced the bulk of the tentacle in a very thinly sliced, maybe quarter-inch, not even slices. And I left the tentacle pieces whole because I love eating it that way. All we're going to do next is start a very simple sauce. Now the key to this is never to overcook octopus unless you really enjoy eating rubber bands. So let's get started. So in an effort not to overcook it, we're just going to cook this over a medium gas flame because again, overcooking is not a friend. And we're going to start out with some really high-end Spanish olive oil. Now we talked about butter, we talked about the quality of different ingredients and how it makes a lot more sense for you to invest in a better quality. So get yourself a nice, solid, good quality Spanish olive oil. We're just going to put probably 2.5 ounces in the pan and let it warm up. And then I've taken garlic, as you can see, and I've chopped it up kind of roughly. So just smashed it and chopped it, and it gets beautiful. So once this pan heats up slightly, we're just going to add the garlic, stir it around, and let the fragrance fill the air. Now with garlic, it's always better not to over caramelize it or quote-unquote burn it because it tends to get a little bit bitter. But there's a very thin line between being caramelized, crisp, and delicious and burnt. So we're going to push this a little bit caramelized because we love it that way. But just be careful because it can burn quickly on you. While this is cooking, we're going to get ready with our next ingredient. And that is, again, some very high quality Spanish paprika, both hot and mild. Now you can get it almost anywhere at Spanish grocery stores or Spanish supplies or even on the internet. You could use Hungarian, but this is some high quality stuff and well worth it. Check out even Amazon. You can get it on Amazon for a pretty good price. Now the beauty of this is that aroma from that garlic is just filling this whole kitchen with some beautiful, beautiful smells. Now you see it's starting to caramelize a little bit. So we're just going to take our octopus, our pulpo, and we're going to put it in, understanding that the key, for sure, is not to overcook. And then immediately we're going to take probably a good heaping tablespoon of hot paprika, and then a good heaping tablespoon of sweet paprika. Again, the Spanish stuff, the good stuff. And all we're looking to do here is heat lightly the octopus. How good does that look, folks? Oh my, can't wait. Now there's enough heat in this pan right now to carry over the cooking process. So we're just going to shut it off and we're going to get ready to plate up our dish. All right, now I try to keep things simple for you, and I try to give you as many tips and tricks as possible. So a classic way to serve this is over a half potato. So we have some fairly small potatoes here. And what I've done is actually put these potatoes in the microwave oven for 30, or excuse me, not 30 seconds, that'll be too quick, 3 minutes, exactly 3 minutes. They're perfectly cooked and absolutely delicious and ready to rock and roll. Now I know you're probably rolling your eyes, oh, Master Chef Mike, cooking in a microwave. Hey look, it's a tool, we all have them, and there's a place for them. This is a perfect way to use it. So we're going to take these potatoes, slice them in half lengthwise, lay them down, and again, you see how perfectly cooked they are after 3 minutes? Now I'm going to keep it to 3 because I told you a couple times I love odd numbers. Then what we're going to do to finish this off, and how good does that look? We talked about Maldon. We're going to season a little bit of Maldon, okay? Just a little bit. Stir it in. And then a little freshly ground black pepper. Now, Captain Dan picked up a little gift for me. These look like old Shimano's, but they're kind of beautiful little pepper and salt mill. So we're just going to put a little freshly ground pepper. They work really well, actually. Looks like an old Shimano. Now we'll stir that in. How gorgeous does that look? Now as far as plating, these potatoes are still hot. We're going to take a little bit of each, put it on top. And I can't wait to dig into these, I'll tell you. That's a classic presentation for you folks. And then all we're going to do is finish it with some chopped parsley. I'm going to put a little bit more, now that it's on the plate, a little bit more of the black pepper. Okay. We're going to do a little bit more Maldon. Now, you see the close-up. You see how that Maldon just sits on top of there and has low solubility? It just makes seafood in particular pop. And then just a little bit of chopped Italian parsley. We're going to put a little bit on top. Take a little bit more of this beautiful paprika mixture and garlic without the pulpo. And we're going to drizzle that. Now look at that, folks. Does that not look exquisite? So now, as Captain Dan and I often cook this together, I'm going to give him first bite and let him share with you his initial thoughts. So I have to tell you, I brought the skipper in here to taste this because his family is from Galicia, Spain, and I want to make sure that I represent it better. But one of the many reasons I love the skipper, he brought this beautiful bottle of wine. Danny, why don't you talk to him?
This is an Albarino. It's from the northwest side of Spain. It's a very crisp, early wine. It's not very much matured. And it goes really well with seafood and obviously the pulpo de Galicia that we're going to have today.
It's delicious. Now, you know, we're a lot about sustainability.
One thing. Chilled. Has to be very cold.
Very cold.
This thing was in the freezer.
Very good. Now, we're a lot about sustainability here with selective harvest and things. And this is a screw cap. Everybody thinks a screw cap isn't a high quality wine. Quite the contrary. It's actually a better closure than cork. The problem with cork is it's getting very scarce. And when you use a synthetic cork, it's just not the same. So Don't be afraid of a screw cap wine. So Danny, why don't you say we taste this?
Let's go.
So I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you a first crack at this. I got to tell you, it looks delicious. Here's your wine.
Well, I'm going to need 2 hands. So.
All right, let's head back.
Can I go first?
You go first. And you got to tell me how we did here. This is your neck of the woods. Yeah? I'm going to go. Oh.
It's really good. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And this pulpo makes it so easy to cook that it comes cooked from Spain, frozen. We can make it in a second. You probably saw some footage before of us cooking a whole one, which takes a long time, a lot of work. This is so quick and simple.
Yeah. And we showed you earlier how Danny has to dunk it through 7 times so that the
Hey, where's my wine?
I'm handing it to you.
Oh.
So have a piece with that.
Cheers. Ching ching.
So this has been Captain Dan and Chef Mike from the Tide to Your Table. Be safe out there. Practice catch and release. We'll see you on the water soon. Cheers.
Cheers.